everything that's happening in the social media space. And not necessarily like social media as it relates to Facebook or Twitter. I don't really care about Elon Musk and his securities investigation. I don't really care about, Zuckerberg and his 180 or any of that kind of crap. What I do care about is the consolidation, the idea that the consolidation of social media into the hands of, we used to always have we always had different kinds of wealth disparity. We had, there was a lower class, a middle class, kind of an upper class, but even the richest of the upper class were. There was some, you can they had boundaries a little bit, even the Rockefellers had boundaries. Okay.
Is that the title of your book? You're going to put that they're going to put that's your legacy. Even the Rockefellers had boundaries. Yeah. Anyway, go on. I'm going to play along. Go ahead.
Only because we were having a Nelson Rockefeller discussion.
That's fine. Even the Rockefeller. So the point is, there's that the natural excess of wealth is now more excessive than ever. Maybe because the digital reality allows a level of power and influence and excessiveness that wasn't available to Mr. Rockefeller.
And I'm not suggesting for 1 second that anybody that has a few $100 billion, a few $100 billion didn't deserve it, because there's no real passing down a few $100 billion of wealth. I mean, that's never really happened yet. The Warren Buffetts of the world are still alive. And so that hasn't happened. So the people that have 100, 200, 300 billion dollars, which is, a handful, couple dozen people, whatever, have some ridiculous amount of money, they've earned it. And so I don't take any of that away from them. They've earned it. They built those companies up from scratch. I don't think any of those people came from any money. Okay? They built it up. Whether it's Jeff Bezos.
Okay. Move on. We got it.
Fine. So, but the numbers that they've gotten to now are bigger than the GDP of many countries. We have 180 countries. I think the GDP of like 100 of those companies is less than the wealth of certain individuals. My point is that an individual now, we used to look at individuals as, oh, you know what, it's just an individual. But now we have to look at individuals and say, you know what, maybe there's more to this than should a single person have access to that much control, to that much data. Is that even realistic anymore? And so when they talk about, okay, something has to happen with TikTok. It's the wrong decision, but something has to happen with TikTok. As you know, I'm a huge fan, and I think it's ridiculous. But they voted on it. It is what it is, and something has to happen with TikTok. Is it okay that someone like Elon Musk gets to bid on TikTok? Maybe it was Zuckerberg. Maybe it's Bezos. I don't know who it is. I don't really care who it is. But anybody like that, is everything that was wrong with TikTok being owned mostly by, a bunch of American hedge funds? I mean, the three biggest shareholders of TikTok are Susquehanna, General Atlantic, and BlackRock. That's your three biggest shareholders. Okay? So whether you're talking about Larry Fink or Jeff Yaz, or whoever it is, those are your biggest shareholders.
It's okay.
Fine. I don't care. I'm not really worried.
So can I answer your question? I think I understand your question, which I think is you're speaking to concentration of power, excessive power, absolute power.
Sure.
Through financial resources, communication resources, political resources, whatever it may be.
Okay.
And you're saying, is it safe to have such consolidations of power? Right? Which is sort of goes back to, it's an age-old political question, right? Trust busters, Rockefeller, et cetera. And so what I'm thinking as I listen to you is, should you run an antitrust legislation, not for financial, like basically, is it an antitrust violation Is trust busting the domain not just of controlling railroads or controlling oil supplies, but controlling flow of information? It's a valid philosophical debate.
Yeah, it is.
I would say yes. I would say I would put it under the Sherman Antitrust Act of 1933. Spin up a lawyer and go with some trust busting. But that's a philosophy. But again, that's the drones, right? I mean, the whole thing. There's a regime of digital legislation that's long overdue and is only going to become more critical. We'll get AI to draft digital legislation that includes that.
Okay.
Updated antitrust law. So of course, yes. The answer is no. I would say, of course, one, you'd use antitrust. It's not safe. It's not good. No, okay. One, and it's a joke. Jeff Yaz, whatever. Nothing, not his fault. But whatever.
No, not their fault,
but AI is going to have this information, is my point. Forget Elon Musk or forget whoever. Artificial intelligence with agents will have access to more data than Elon Musk.
Do you think it's just a strange coincidence, or how come nobody's brought this up? But the three of the largest donors to Trump, I mean, Elon Musk, Jeff Yaz, and the co-founder of BlackRock.
Now you're going conspiracy?
I'm not going conspiracy. I'm just giving
you're going
facts.
Somewhere.
I'm giving you facts. Okay. When you want to talk about the biggest donors, okay, to the entire campaign were Jeff Yaz, Elon Musk, and I've just forgot the guy's name off the top of my head, but Larry Fink's partner, the co-founder of
BlackRock. And so, you're saying those three entities or institutions have a relationship with TikTok, which is to be the largest.
No, they don't have a relationship. They are the largest shareholders.
Factually so.
Factually so. And they all...
Elon Musk is a shareholder of TikTok.
No, not Elon. The other two.
BlackRock is a shareholder of TikTok, and Susquehanna is a shareholder.
I don't know if it's...
Or like Jeff Yaz holding it.
Yeah. And
what do you
think? The other one, which is a private...
Complete your conspiracy. This is now intriguing.
I don't have a conspiracy. I'm just bringing up...
You got some conspiracy.
You're saying... I'm asking you if an administration can objectively look at this situation as it's an antitrust, as there's antitrust risk, when your biggest contributors are also the largest shareholders, are also the ones who are going to be fighting out for ownership. Or possibly, like, all we're doing is
I would say it's highly unlikely,
because Elon Musk never said, "I'm trying to buy TikTok." I mean, it's just, there was an article,
but it's just a natural. It's called a natural buyer in the industry.
Well, there was just a Bloomberg article that really named an anonymous source.
It's what he said. But why not? Who better?
Right? Who better? He probably loves the story.
Yeah, he probably planted the story.
Probably.
He probably does like the Donald Trump thing where you have a different identity and call the reporters. It's like, there's all those recordings of Donald Trump calling the New York reporters, being like, this is Bob Johnson or whatever. He had some other name, and he'd start rumors about himself.
Hey, it's good PR, I guess.
That's old school.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily have, I mean, I have ethical issues. That's not what I'm. That's
charming.
Not where I'm going with this thing.
But what about AI becoming the data master, the key master to all the data? Whatever's available to Peter Thiel or available to Elon Musk or available to David Sachs becomes available to AI.
Which means it's available to Dylan Ratigan.
Which means it's available to an AI agent I've never met who's 10 times smarter than me and never sleeps. Who's in charge of the whole racket.
Yeah, I'm not, at this point, I don't think AI is part of this equation, although the AI behind TikTok is just the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, but maybe the AI strategy to take over is you're going to like AI better than people.
Well, if AI was so good, if TikTok AI was so good, which I think it's the best, like I said, the best I've ever seen, they wouldn't be in this predicament because they would have figured it out.
They would have been ahead of this.
They would have been ahead of it.
They could program their way around it.
My fear is, like, what I don't understand where everybody's coming from is like, okay, so on the one hand, you got China, which will be replaced by something else or I don't even know if it's China or somebody there, whatever. The company's Singaporean. Or Or would you want Elon Musk having all your information? I'm already upset that he has all my information from my Tesla.
And I'm saying everybody's got all the total information is the future. That's 2025. The thing about Elon Musk or the theoretical Chinese is that we assign to them an ability to exploit the data to their advantage in a way that we feel we can't, which is probably true. That's why you're like, I don't want the one person to have all the data. It's just somebody who has the ability to use the data to do whatever they want. But at the same time, the more I know Tom Sosnoff, the happier you become because your TikTok is perfect. Everything you like. And all the things you like the best.
For another week.
I'm just saying, like, there's a version where the algorithm or the Tesla robots or whatever, that the future takes over not by a hostile takeover, but through, like, kill them with kindness. And you willingly forfeit to the robots because they make it better. Pick my movies, pick my food, you know. I guess my point is, I think that the final frontier of these rich robber barons, of Elon Musk being sort of a symbolic, is the next. We quickly go to the digital robber baron we've never met. This is you want to go full crazy. I think we got a situation brewing.
Which is
AI oligarchs.
Oh my God. You know, I worry less about efficiency than anybody else. To me, AI is just makes everything more efficient, and I don't worry about like that because I'm a
you know why? So you don't worry about the agent, like the AI as AI takes on agency.
Yeah.
To organize teams of 100, like a digital agency, could organize 100 employees, graphics and data and all the things that an agency does.
Yeah. So
and mobilize a campaign.
You're the conspiracy guy. I'm not.
You're the one that opened the BlackRock backdoor deal.
I look at AI as a machine to make things incredibly, as a technology that will make things incredibly efficient. By the time AI is organizing an agency, as you talk about, it'll be a decade from now, and you'll have quantum computing that will come in and disrupt AI. So you're like, you can never get ahead of all this stuff. Like, you know, that's why I can't. That's why
it's going to happen by Tuesday. You got a week. You're almost there.
I know. And drones were going to take over and everything else, but we're still here. And we're still. Hey, I'm still picking my own.
Are we still here?
Yeah. Okay.
They blew through the Palisades in Altadena like it was nothing.
That would have happened 100,000 years ago. That would have happened 10,000 years ago. Just
fire hurricane.
So before you guys get all crazy, all this technology that's going to disrupt and ruin and do whatever, it doesn't ever really do any of that because we're still here. And all it does is just add efficiency, which efficiency is supposed to help us.
So you're suggesting that there's just a Dr. Evil then? You're not worried about AI. You're worried about Elon Musk with megadata or an anonymous Chinese person, whatever, any supervillain. It could be it's a Bond movie.
I'm not worried about an anonymous Chinese person. I'm worried about, an Elon supervillain. Yes.
Okay. And what do you imagine? Let's assume Elon is a supervillain who has all the data.
Yeah.
What can he do to our lives? How does that harm us?
He can take away my food reviews in cars and totally mess me up because that's what I like about TikTok.
But what if he gives you more of what you like?
But I don't think he will.
So you just don't want. But is it so? What is? But like, let's say what if I put Scott in charge, who's your old buddy? You built these companies with him. Do you trust him more?
Sure.
Elon, it's personal. You don't want Elon touching your stuff.
Yeah, I don't want him touching my stuff. I don't want anybody touching my stuff.
But if Scott was in there, so you want a random Chinese person?
I want a random Chinese algorithm.
Okay.
Yes, they're way better at algos than the U.S. is.
Than Elon Musk's madness.
Than Zuckerberg's madness. They're way better.
Madness.
The algos on Instagram stink compared to the algos on TikTok. The algos on Twitter and the algos on Facebook are horrible compared to TikTok.
And you say that's a compliment to the anonymous Chinaman?
I don't know who does it. I'm not sure if they're not. I don't know if that's not a group in MIT or Stanford who's just in a classroom messing around.
It has nothing to do with a point of origin. It's just a function of anonymity.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just
Well,
making it
there's
up.
been an investment in branding TikTok with a Chinese branding, I think, to make it a more desirable adversary.
Well, I will tell you one thing. I will
I
tell
think
you
it's been
that
propagandized.
as somebody that owns a small business, TikTok is great. And I think a lot of small businesses are really going to suffer.
So you think they're really going to put TikTok away?
No, I don't think so.
Come on.
No, not a chance.
I heard that TikTok shop is the best thing going on. That social commerce is the future of mankind. People on TikTok shop, apparently. I've never been, but I heard that said to me. Hear that?
I can't help you there. I don't know. Anyway, we are out of time. We were all over the place today, from fires in LA to Dr. Evil Elon.
Dr. Evil, supervillain. He's a great supervillain. Playing video games at Mar-a-Lago, apparently, and takes over as the official first buddy on Monday.
Yeah, so you got lots of good stuff. And Monday's going to be one of the great American days. We got the inauguration. We've got the national championship game Monday night, and it's a holiday.
I mean, because it's a good day to watch TV.
We got last call between those two, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So we got even a plug-in. So we're going to go Monday after the inauguration and before the game.
That's right.
Last call.
You can watch me and Victor Jones.
That's some brilliant programming.
It wasn't intentional. I'm Tom Sosnoff. He's Dylan Radigan. And thanks for spending. That was a fun discussion today, Dylan. Yeah, thanks for spending some time with us. We'll see you next Wednesday.
You can promote overtime. I got overtime every afternoon, 4:00 with Chris and Ilya. If we're going to promote last call,
There you go.
Promote overtime.
There you go.
All right.
Check out Dylan, Chris, and Ilya this afternoon. Not today. Oh, yeah, today.
I think we will today. Why not?
Yeah, it's only Wednesday. All right, guys, take care. Thanks.
All right. Bye.